and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the evening. From KSTP Channel 5 News, Leah McLean and Bill Lund.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you got a chance to stretch, move around a little bit. Yeah, we want to get started on the 2017 Upper Midwest Emmy Awards.
That's right. Tonight we are honoring the outstanding work from traditional broadcast, cable, and public television, as well as work from online and community media.
All right, we've got a lot of categories to get to tonight. You can follow along. I see a lot of you already are. You have your commemorative printed program there. We'll present the show in the order just as you see it, so it's easy to follow along.
But before we get started, let's hear it for the crew here at Radisson Blu Mall of America for help making this night a big success.
Also, a special thank you to Slumberland Furniture. Slumberland has helped sponsor the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter and the foundation for more than a decade, and their support helps provide funding for the workshops, the student scholarships, classroom grants, and our student awards.
And we can't forget the volunteers and students from Watertown High School, Century College, St. Cloud State University, St. Thomas, and of course the University of Minnesota.
Gotta love the students. We want to give these students a round of applause for their hard work tonight. Nice job, everybody. All right, guys, just like last year, we are announcing nominees in groups, and some groups have speeches, other groups will not be giving speeches.
So here's how the speeches are gonna work. It's fairly simple. If we're on stage, someone's giving a speech, there may be multiple recipients at a time, so please keep your speeches short, about 15 seconds short.
If we call a recipient's name and they aren't here, please do not have someone else come up to accept the award or give a speech. Just help us kind of keep the show moving tonight.
If you receive an award, you'll go out to the lobby, you'll sign for your statuette, you get your picture taken, and you'll also tape a longer acceptance speech with students from Century College who are here to help you celebrate.
All right, one little reminder, one last thing. No statuette is left behind. So if someone is not here to accept their award, please have a station representative pick it up in the lobby, sign for it there. There is a $50 fee that's plus shipping if we have to ship the award to you.
Okay, are you ready to get the award started?
Yes! How about we start with the folks who work weekends or midday? Probably some of you who had to get the night off to be here tonight. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we've all been there. Since many are working, we thought we'd give them first honors of the evening. Here are your nominees for weekend, outstanding weekend, and midday newscasts.
Newscast Weekend, markets 1 through 70. 5 Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock, Jacob Wetterling, KSTP-TV. Fox 9 News at 9, KMSP-TV. CARE Weekend Newscast, CARE-TV. WCCO 4 News Saturday Morning, Jacob Wetterling Found, WCCO-TV. Markets 121 and up. News 4 at 5, KTIV-TV. Markets 71 through 120, KWWL News at Noon, Fall Flooding, KWWL-TV. Markets 1 through 70, WCCO Mid-Morning, WCCO-TV.
And the winners are?
For weekend newscast, markets 1 to 70, 5 Eyewitness News at 6 p.m., Jacob Wetterling. Producer, Alan Hoagland.
We love you too.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice example, Alan. Thank you.
It's kind of nice when your own producer wins the first award of the night.
We're off to a good start, I think. We had no part in picking the winners, by the way. We're simply reading.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Bill.
In markets 121 plus, News 4 at 5, KTIV, Jennifer Lenzini, producer. Guessing this is not Jennifer.
Yeah, I was at the desk for this, but thank God we won this because we had to stay over at the station for 2 nights, so I think it's well deserved. Thanks.
Daytime newscast now, markets 1 through 70. WCCO, mid-morning, and Bess Ellison, executive producer.
From KTIV, coming to you in stunning high definition. This is News Sports 5 on Siouxland's News Channel.
This is the news at noon.
You're watching WCCO Mid-Morning with Jason DeRusha and Kylie Verse. Now we're talking.
And we have one more in this category. Markets 71 to 120. KWWL News at Noon. Fall flooding. Summer Steiner, executive producer.
Thank you.
That was an excellent example of how you should do your speech.
Congrats. All right, we want to have a little fun here tonight, give the internet something to talk about. So we want to get the Upper Midwest Emmys trending. I think some of you have already been tweeting and Facebooking and all the other stuff.
That means a lot of pictures and selfies and sharing, stuff that TV people are good at.
Right.
We know you'll be tagging yourselves and your companies and your stations, but remember to help out our chapter as well, tag at Midwest Emmys with all your social media tonight.
We are everywhere. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. In fact, for you young folks, we even have a cool Upper Midwest Emmy Snapchat filter for the evening tonight.
Yeah, you can also use the hashtag Midwest Emmys or Emmy Selfie. Don't forget, you can also check out our silent auction on your phone as well. The auction will close at 8:30, so get your bids in now.
Oh, there's good stuff. More than 50 items from hotel stays, event tickets, all sorts of autographed sports memorabilia. And remember, the auction, all the money raised will go directly to scholarships for high school and college media students in our region.
Hamilton and Chicago, that's a big deal.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun.
All right, segueing back into our awards now. Our next nominees represent the professionals producing programming for our young people and keeping us informed about what's going on in our schools.
So here are your nominees for Outstanding Children and Teen and Education and Schools content.
Children, Teen, Be Heard Teen Poetry Competition, Twin Cities PBS. Eyes Up campaign, KFYR-TV. IPTV Kids Clubhouse, Construction Episode, Iowa Public Television. Vikings Huddle, Minnesota Vikings, LLC. Education, Schools, Cameron's Voice, WOI-TV. Road to Referendum, CBC-TV. Run to Remember, KLO-TV. Small Iowa Town Divided Over Transgender Issues in School, The Des Moines Register. Sonia's Feet, KFYR-TV. The Man in the Red Cap, KFYR-TV.
And the winners are Children and Teen, Be Heard, Teen Poetry Competition, Twin Cities PBS, Kate McDonald, producer.
And Education Schools, Sonia's Feet, KFYR-TV, Boyd Hubert, producer.
Any art that you put in the world, you're responsible for the message that it has. And I'm a queer, mentally disabled teen. I feel like there's a lot I want to say and get out in the world and kind of see what effect that has on people. And I think writing, it's just my way, sort of get my voice out in the world and be heard.
I call them fingers.
Why wouldn't Sonia Boyer call these fingers? When fingers are what she's always made of her toes.
I think I just put adoption in the search engine. They had an entire description about how musical she was and how loud she was and how assertive she was. And at the very, very end they said, and oh, by the way, she doesn't have arms.
Thank you, and thanks to Rob Collett, who shot that story. And, well, I'll keep mine short, too. Thank you very much.
What's funny is Boyd asked me if he was supposed to be up there and if he was supposed to. He's won like 200 of these things. You'd think he'd know that by now. What's that?
No, sorry. Is Kate McDonald here? No. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Her friends are. Thanks for supporting her tonight. Okay, we've got a handful of guest presenters tonight representing members from across our region.
Yes, we want to welcome our first guest duo to the Upper Midwest Chapter Vice President and anchor at Twin Cities PBS, Mary LaHammer, and the awards chair for the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter, Judy Skyvas.
And they are here tonight.
Well, the Regional Emmy Awards is a competition which honors excellence.
And unlike other competition, the Emmy Award is not a competition where a person who gets the highest score wins.
But Mary,
National Emmy rules strictly say entries are judged against a standard of excellence and do not compete against each other. There are 3 criteria: content, creativity, and execution. The judging is done by TV professionals across the country. You'll note during the evening that some categories will have more than one award. That doesn't mean there was a tie. It means that the judges thought more than one entry met the standard of excellence to earn an award.
We're here to honor achievement in that category.
By giving you a golden idol to worship. Kneel before your God, Babylon!
One more fun fact. The statues awarded tonight are made by a company called Society Awards. It's the same New York company that makes the Golden Globe Awards.
Well, we know tonight's recipients will be excited to share their honors, so please use the word outstanding, as in we received an Emmy for Outstanding Newscast.
and Mary, you know who else is outstanding? You. And all of the professionals who helped us judge entries this year. In your program tonight, we've listed hundreds of people who judged for us this year. Thank you very much. We can't do this without you.
Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. But only if you judged can you applaud, just saying. So judging is all online. It's easy and a great way to see content from other parts of the country and see how other professionals prepare their entries. You can get some ideas.
Absolutely. So when we call for judges, and I will call every one of you, no doubt, please volunteer to give back to those who judge your entries.
Well, now it's time to hand out some more hardware, but we're going to do it a little differently.
For the groups that don't give speeches tonight, and I'm sorry about that, you'll hear the nominees. We'll announce recipients who will come to the stage to get their award.
So recipients stay on stage until the videos are done, and then you'll get a curtain call to raise your award for applause. Then we'll go right into the next nominees.
Let's begin. Several craft categories.
So here are your nominees for Outstanding Editor, Photographer, and Graphic Arts.
Editor, Program, Non-News. Beyond the Badge, Editing Composite, Edina TV. Eric Parker Anderson Composite, Ron Scherer Productions. Christopher Gieske Composite, Pioneer Public Television. Minnesota Original Composite, Twin Cities PBS, Ryan Klabundi Editor. Robert Bly, 1,000 Years of Joy, Fisheye Films. Short Form, Frederick Vainford, Minnesota Wild Playoff Composite, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Iowa Hawkeye Football Introduction Video, Vane Productions. Josh Blessing Composite, Gopher Digital Productions. Justin Lund Composite, KMSP-TV. Minnesota Gophers 2016 Hockey Introduction Video, Elite Edge Productions. Minnesota Wild Team Intro Video, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Space Journey, Luminary Creative. The Journey of Stefan Diggs, Minnesota Vikings, LLC. Tim Moore Composite, KFYR-TV. News, sports. An intense must-watch look at the win versus Green Bay, Minnesota Vikings, LLC. Chad Nelson's edits, KFYR-TV. Colette's Crazy Cuts, KFYR-TV. Kevin Sullivan Composite, KFYR-TV. Minnesota Gophers men's basketball introduction video, Elite Edge Productions. Minnesota Timberwolves team pump-up video, Elite Edge Productions. Rookie Spotlight, the 2017 Vikings draft class, Minnesota Vikings, LLC. Tyler Ryan Reel, I Don't Work with Boyd, KMSP-TV.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. The Emmys go to editor Robert Bly, 1,000 Years of Joy, KFYR Films, Steve Fisher, editor.
Short form, there are 2 recipients in this category. John Blessing Composite, Gopher Digital Productions, and Minnesota Wild Team Intro, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club, Arthur Kuth, editor.
News sports, also 2 recipients. Chad Nelson's edits, KFYR-TV. Kevin Sullivan Composite, KFYR-TV. Congratulations.
Robert Bly, he is without question one of the most influential poets in American history.
I have daughters and I have sons. When one of them lays a hand on my shoulder, shining fish turn suddenly into deep sea.
I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the...
Today means everything purple. It's bragging rights day.
All things Viking, because if it's not Viking, it's crap! Go Pack, go! Go Pack, go!
We're gonna shred some cheese today.
Woo. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients for editing.
Photographer Program, Non-News. Eric Parker Anderson, Ron Shera Productions. Orphans of the Nile, WDAY-TV. STEM Careers, Luminary Creative. Short Form, 2017 Commercial Reel, Luminary Creative. Chad Nelson's Promos, KFYR-TV. Marcus Taplin Composite, Marcus Taplin Productions. News, Sports. Augie Awards, WAS Productions. Chad Nelson's Photography, KFYR-TV. Colette's Clip Composite, KFYR-TV. Kevin Sullivan Composite, KFYR-TV. Marcus Taplin Composite, Marcus Taplin Productions. Video Essay, Cops on Top, KMSP-TV. Cuyuna State Park Above and Below the Water, Ron Shera Productions. Paralympic Swimmer Walks Down the Aisle, KFYR-TV. Photographer Video Essays, Star Tribune. The Great Sandhill Crane Migration, WDAY-TV. Tori Hunter inducted into Twins Hall of Fame, Minnesota Twins.
And I think we need an envelope, right?
Please hold your applause until we announce all the names.
Which we can't do until an envelope arrives. So if someone wants to hustle one up here.
I could take a stab at it.
Let's not guess.
No.
Let's just fill, right? Isn't this the cue? Okay, it has arrived. The winner for Photographer Program Non-News, Orphans of the Nile, WDAY-TV, Kevin Krinke, photojournalist.
Short form, Chad Nelson's promos, KTIV.
News and sports, Marcus Taplin Composite, Marcus Taplin Productions.
Video essay, 2 recipients, Cuyuna State Park, Ron Shara Productions, Eric Parker Anderson, photographer, Paralympic swimmer walks down the aisle, KTIV, Ben Garvin, photojournalist.
Congratulations. Come on up.
It is morning in Uganda, Africa, what promises to be a hot, sultry day. Work and chores along the Nile River begin as the searing sun starts its climb.
A farmer can't help but smile.
Yeah.
Bringing in a bumper harvest. But if that's fun, check out this.
We'll call it the Candy Combine, huh?
Getting here didn't happen by chance. Growing up in Maryland, a fire burned inside. A dream. Play on a big field.
We have a little bit of something for everybody out here.
Those are your Emmy recipients for photography. Let's give them all a round.
Graphic Arts Graphics, Elite Edge Productions Graphics Composite, Elite Edge Productions, Fox 9 Graphics Creative, KMSP-TV, Travis Cobb's Composite, KR-TV, Vikings Connected, Graphics Composite, Minnesota Vikings LLC, Animation, 2017 Twins Game Open, Minnesota Twins, Arthur Koo Minnesota Wild Composite, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club, IPTV Show Opens Composite, Iowa Public Television, Minnesota Vikings Open Video, Minnesota Vikings LLC, Wolves Weekly Show Open, Elite Edge Productions.
All right.
Tear that open.
Put the goggles on. The Emmys go to... You start.
Graphic Arts Graphics, Elite Edge Productions, Composite, Ryan Semenko Graphics.
Animation, Minnesota Vikings Open Video, Minnesota Vikings LLC, Ryan Noreen, Visual Effects. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients for graphic arts.
They're shy. They leave the stage quickly.
When I was an 18-year-old girl that was paralyzed, I was somebody that purely just found a way to start hoping again.
She's in.
All right, should we go for a walk?
Go for it.
And I wanted to find a way to believe again. I didn't just want to hope. And I've been able to find a way to do that.
You're good. Okay, where are your feet?
I don't know. They're under me, right? So this whole dream of mine for walking down the aisle left. It has nothing to do, quite honestly, with feeling like I have to stand to be beautiful. You're doing good, Dad. Keep your shoulders straight. There you go. You don't need to suck in.
Oh,
Do you want to wear a corset too?
be nice to me. This is very stressful.
Don't want to drop your paralyzed daughter.
No, I don't want to do that.
Right? When my dad and I go and we walk down the aisle together, left, and Jay is at the altar, right? I know wholeheartedly, without a single doubt in my mind, that the man at the end of that aisle that I'm walking towards doesn't care how I get there.
It doesn't matter. Wheelchair, leg braces, it's baby steps. It's gonna be amazing.
can't kiss you yet.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love.
as a sign
It's
of
my
love.
pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy and Mallory Snyder. Please share
Power of TV right there. Well, producers do a lot of planning and talking in our ears, but we all know the directors are the ones calling the shots when the show is actually in production.
So here now are your nominees for Outstanding Directors.
Director, Newscast, or ACP Operator. Addison Chernow, Composite, WCCO-TV. Fox 9 Morning News at 8 a.m., KMSP-TV. Alex Cooper, Director. KCCI-8 News at 6, KCCI-TV. Amy Schmelzer, Director. Wildlife Pregame, Fox Sports North. Michael Malmgren, Director. Non-live, post-produced short form. Authentically You, Fashion Week Minnesota 2016, Akause Cinema. Booze Cruise Deja 2, GH Media Works, LLC. Minnesota Vikings Open Video, Minnesota Vikings, LLC. Planet Zay, Triglass Productions.
And there are two winners in this category. The first winner is Addison Chernow Composite, WCCO-TV.
And the second, Wildlife Pregame, Fox Sport, Michael Malmgren, Director. And for the short film category, Minnesota Vikings Open Video, Ryan Semenko, Director.
Pushing to dissolve.
Thanks for joining us. An explosion and a fire on a boat made for a frightening start to boating season out on the Mississippi River.
Take VO.
It happened at the
Stand by
River
echo
Heights
key, echo
Marina
through to
Sunday
sound.
afternoon in Inver Grove Heights. The Dakota County Sheriff's Office says 5 people were on the boat right before
Sound
the
key
fire
E.
broke out. Kate Raditz talked to a witness.
Stand by
who
wipe
caught
sound.
The whole thing on camera.
Sound server wipe.
Stand by dissolve blue.
So far this season. Let's start with Deputy
Track
Nick.
blue for
What is
Nats.
it that he brings
And
to the ice that might give
blue
him the edge?
roll blue, dissolve it, bring it to my light. Stand by font 1. Add font 1. Now in image for 3, load your horizontal carry price ISO.
Thank you very much. You know, one thing a good director will tell you is that it's all about the crew that's behind them. Without a good crew, you're just a person in a dark room talking to themselves. So it's a big honor. Thank you very much.
All right. Anybody come a little way? Anybody take a road trip to get here tonight?
Yeah, how about Iowa? Anyone here from Iowa?
Okay.
All right. Well, you know, our 10 o'clock producer's from Iowa, and he's obsessed with Iowa. That's all he ever talks about.
A lot of good things about Iowa, yes.
Yeah, we hear good things about it. Please welcome our next presenters who are from Des Moines. They are Cynthia Fedor from KCCI and Elias Johnson from WOI-TV.
Hey, Cynthia, how about them Cyclones today?
Our Iowa teams have been winning all day.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, so we're going to win here tonight, hopefully.
Yes.
Well, this is the only time that we're interrupting tonight's show for commercials and PSAs, but it's for a good reason.
Here are your nominees for outstanding PSAs, promos, and commercials, and a new category this year, branded content.
Community Public Service PSA, Single Spot. Alliant Energy, your options. Fusion Farm. Bookawaki PSA 2016, Care TV. Mark Yes, Luminary Creative. Polar Plunge, KMSP-TV. Campaign, Brains Are Built, Twin Cities PBS. Minnesota Remembers Vietnam, Twin Cities PBS. Project Green, Care TV. Talking is Teaching, Talk, Read, Sing, City of Minneapolis, Minneapolis 14. Promotion, news, single spot, digging deeper, nuclear fallout shelters, KTTC-TV. Fake news, KMSP-TV. NHL fighting back, KSTP-TV. Teen to terrorist, KSTP-TV. News image, Fox 9, so much more, 2016-2017, KMSP-TV. KCCI-8 news image, KCCI-TV. Siouxland Proud, KCAU-TV. Welcome Back Tim, KFYR-TV. Program Single Spot, 2016 Minnesota Gophers Football Introduction Video, Elite Edge Productions. A Nordy Holiday Card, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Deadwood Pioneer, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Greetings from Iowa, Series Promo 1, Fresh Eyes, Iowa Public Television. Care 11 Rio, Everyman Montage, KFYR-TV. Mad Dog featuring Everson Griffin, Minnesota Vikings LLC. Minnesota Timberwolves Team Pump-Up Video, Elite Edge Productions. Minnesota United 2017 Introduction Video, Elite Edge Productions. The Hitman featuring Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings LLC. Under the Lights, Gopher Football 2016, Gopher Digital Productions.
Holy shnikes, that was a lot of folks there. Congratulations to the nominees. Please hold your applause because the Emmys go to.
I've always wanted to open one of these envelopes. Okay. PSA single spot, Alliant Energy, your options. Fusion Farm, Michael Zidzik, Creative Director. PSA campaign, Brains Are Built, Twin Cities, PBS. Daniel Pierce Bergen, Writer, Producer, Director. And promotion, news, single spot, Teen to Terrorist. KSTP-TV, Taylor Stein, Producer.
And for news image, again, please hold your applause. Fox 9, so much more. 2016 KMSP-TV, Burke Deneman, executive producer. And for program single spot, congratulations to recipients tonight. We have Mad Dog featuring Everson Griffin, Minnesota Vikings LLC, Ryan Thielen, producer, director, editor. Get used to it because in the second spot, The Hitman featuring Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings LLC. Again, Ryan Thielen, producer, director, editor. Congratulations.
Every day you do the little things, like adjusting the thermostat, turning off lights, and reminding your family to close their refrigerator door. Why? So you can save energy. There are other options too. Get started with a top-to-bottom house inspection with a free home energy assessment. Find air leaks, install LED bulbs, and get simple ideas to save energy for your entire home. Find rebates to help you replace that old wheezing furnace or sicky air conditioner. All to keep you cozy year-round. Alliant Energy makes it easy to get the rebates you're looking for. Call 1-866-ALLIANT or visit alliantenergy.com/options.
Brain development is activity dependent, meaning repeated activity and experience builds up the brain.
Just talking, listening to her, it's interesting how they just pick things up.
I think I've built her confidence and I've allowed her to explore.
She wants to know a lot of things and she's connecting dots. So it's very important that you start to give, young people a lot of different experiences because that's how they're going to connect with the world.
It's not just a news clip you see. This is important to you because it's in your backyard. The issue of violent extremism is something that everyone across this country and the world is talking about. It will impact government leaders. It has everything to do with national security. And it starts right here on the streets in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Fox 9 investigator's story could affect many different people.
A sudden flash that changes your life. Our stories will open your eyes, open your mind, and open your heart.
It's always about these people that we're fighting for.
I love this job because I feel like I can make a difference.
Some of the best defenses of all time have been here. I think of guys like Carl Eller, Jim Marshall, and Alan Page. They all had that killer instinct, which made them great. Now it's our turn to step up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients for promos and PSAs.
Branded Content Program. Destination Polaris, Mexico. Ron Shera Productions. Senior Connect. Flyover Films. Commercial. Single Spot. Flashfall. Luminary Creative. Gridiron Glory. Care TV. KTTC Creative Services. KTTC-TV. LSB Business Lending Network. Fusion Farm. Stefan Diggs Vote for Pro Bowl. Elite Edge Productions. What Do You Want to Do? Jerry S. Lim Lab. Campaign. Buy Pro Protein Water. Tri-Glass Productions. Minnesota Wild Forward Fast. Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Service Legends Home Comfort Heroes. Ascension Cinema. Wagner Furno Heat Gun. Tri-Glass Productions. Writer. Short Form. Flashfall. Luminary Creative. Here and Then for Rob Oliver. Mud Mile Communications. Minnesota Football Under the Lights, Gopher Digital Productions. Seth Gow Composite, WCCO-TV. The Journey of Stefan Diggs, Elite Edge Productions.
Please hold your applause. The Emmys go to, so exciting. Branded Content Program, Destination Polaris, Mexico. Ron Shera Production. Lindsay Hayes, reporter, writer, producer.
Commercial Single Spot, congratulations, Gridiron Glory. Care TV, Timothy Moore, producer.
Commercial Campaign, Wagner Furner Heat Gun. Tri-Glass Productions, Ryan Thielen, producer, director.
And writer short form, Minnesota Football Under the Lights. Gopher Digital Productions, Garrett Wright, the writer.
Up next, we made it to El Golfo. We check out this cute little fishing village and continue to explore. This is the Sea of Cortez Razor Run on Destination Polaris.
The Minnesota History Center and the Pro Football Hall of Fame are throwing you back to the humble beginnings of football. Experience the game in incredible detail. Try out your skills in the Vikings training camp. Get up close to the Lombardi Trophy, or enter the replay booth and make the call yourself. Trace the history of the game and the Minnesota Vikings from Leatherheads and Purple People Eaters to new stadiums and cutting-edge science. Gridiron Glory, now open at the Minnesota History Center.
Sun grows heavy in the sky as twilight spreads across the city. Daylight holds on for one last radiant glow, finally succumbing to the stars.
Your Emmy recipients for commercials and branded content. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Upper Midwest Chapter National Trustee, Ben Hout Cooper.
Thank you all. All of you here tonight are part of something as big as these giant statues. You see the edges on the stage, you're part of the Emmy family. You are the base on which this statuettes stand. I am proud to represent you at the national level. For the first time in our Emmy chapter's history, we have a guest presenter from the National Emmy Office that will be presenting many of our awards that will be eligible to be presented next year at National. He is David Michaels, the Senior Vice President and Executive Producer of the Daytime Emmys. And as we welcome him, let's take a quick look at some of the highlights of this year's show.
And the Emmy goes to the Ellen DeGeneres Show, the Dr. Show. I'm up here with the most amazing fans in daytime.
Fate has brought you right to me. You're the one who killed him. You cleaned it. You cleaned it.
Blair, I wish I could have done that to my two ex-husbands.
Anyway, welcome to the Daytime Emmy Awards. Baby, there's nothing holding me back.
The Emmy goes to Christina Corinthos.
I love the entertainment talk shows.
Mr. Larry King. So this is what an Emmy feels like.
To those people in the daytime industry that we lost this past year, we mourn their loss, but because their work endures, they will be remembered for a very long time.
To our families and friends, we love you.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
What are we doing here? Scott Clifton as Liam Spencer, the first male actor to win Younger, Supporting, and now Lead Actor.
There's not enough baby oil in Pasadena for what's going to happen to you tonight.
The Emmy goes to The Young and the Restless. Entertainment Tonight.
Good Morning America.
The cast of The Bold and the Beautiful.
Are you a fan of General Hospital? General Hospital. General Hospital. And the Emmy goes to
The Talk.
A true queen of daytime, Erica Kane herself, Susan Lucci.
The Emmy goes to La La Land. No.
Thank you so much for this.
Well, this is what this is about tonight.
I was so not prepared for this.
This is the greatest. Thank you so much.
We love each other and we love what we do. And we're so lucky to be up here and sharing this here with you. We're so grateful.
The magic that is daytime television.
Thank you guys. I love you.
Thank you. Hello, Upper Midwest Chapter. I am really, really so happy to be here. I was thrilled when Ben Hout Cooper invited me to be here, and I'm really enjoying seeing all this fabulous work tonight. So congratulations to everyone who is nominated. And for those of you that don't know, every year our small but mighty team in the national office, we do the Daytime Emmys, the Sports Emmy Awards, the News and Documentary Emmy Awards. And we also just did our second year of the National Student Production Awards, which is a virtual event. And each year we do the Technology and Engineering Awards, which next year will be held at the NAB convention. And there's 12 of us. So I administrate the competition for daytime as well as serving as executive producer for the broadcast. There was a promo house that was nice enough to put together that sizzle reel because I feel like we just did it, but we're about to start again. So, you know, when you do a good show, then it's like, oh, now what, how do we top it? But I'm still glad it was a good show. But, you know, the daytime show, it puts NATAS squarely in the national spotlight, and it brings attention to all of the NATAS activities around the country, including yours. The exposure in the press that we received this year for daytime, it calculates to literally millions of dollars worth of publicity for all of NATAS. And you know, we're very lucky, and we are all very lucky, and you are all very lucky to have Ben representing you at our national board meetings and leading the way on our quest to constantly improve and expand the reach of NATAS and to proudly carry forth the Emmy brand to the whole world. So this has been a big week for national awards. I'm just getting here from Los Angeles, where we held our National Student Production Awards this week. Can't believe that was this week. And on behalf of the Academy, we're proud to announce that the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter had 3 recipients. And here's a couple of highlights from that show.
Please welcome the star and host of Dancing with the Stars, Tom Bergeron.
Welcome to the 2nd annual NATAS National Student Production Awards. Please welcome Oscar, Grammy, Tony, and Emmy winner, the whole EGOT, Whoopi Goldberg.
And I'm proud to participate in the NATAS National Student Production Awards. Next up, we have high school short form nonfiction.
The first award goes to Boys Basketball 2016-2017, Bemidji High School, Upper Midwest Chapter.
All right, and our final winner of the day, Jared, Burnsville High School, Upper Midwest Chapter.
His legs weren't moving the way we thought they should have. We had an orthopedic doctor for his bones and a gait doctor for his walking.
So I'd like to thank everybody from my hometown of Minnesota, my high school film production teacher, Tyler Krebs, my parents, all my friends back home, Jared Solberg especially. Yeah, it's just been a crazy ride, and thanks everybody for getting me where I am today. It's amazing, so thank you.
Love that. I love doing that show because those people up there are the future Emmy Award winners. And it's just very exciting and heartwarming. So I'm going to say it right this time. Congratulations again to Bemidji High School. And they won 2 Emmys, and to Burnsville High School on its award. So congrats, really. Okay, and lastly, before we get to these awards, Thursday night, just this Thursday night, we held our News and Documentary Awards in New York. And we'd like to recognize A.J. Legault from KFYR-TV for his nomination for Outstanding Regional News Story, Investigative Report, Invisible Wounds. Congratulations. Okay, so I now have been given the honor of presenting a few awards here tonight, awards in which the recipients will be eligible for next year's National News and Documentary Awards. So thank you again for having me here, and congrats to all of you, and let's get to it, okay? I know you're waiting for this. Here are your nominees for Outstanding Breaking News and Investigative categories.
Breaking News, 2016 Flood Coverage, KGAN-TV. Major Break in Jacob Wetterling Case, KSTP-TV. November 2nd, 2016 Officers Ambushed, KCCI-TV. Philando Castile Shooting, KFYR-TV. Sioux Falls Building Collapse, KSFY-TV. Investigative Report, Single Story, Justice for Antonio, KMSP-TV. Medical Examiner Mistakes, KMSP-TV. Nursing Home Abuse Kept Secret, KFYR-TV. Shaken, KMSP-TV. Series, Double Billing the Badge, KFYR-TV. Invisible Wounds, Treatment and Reform, KFYR-TV. Kids at Risk, Minnesota Schools Failing to Test for Lead in Water, KSTP-TV. Oil and Water, the Dakota Access Pipeline, KSTP-TV. Quid Pro Quo, KMSP-TV.
Okay, that was a mouthful, huh? All right, let's see. All right, so I'm going to read you the winners in the 3 categories, and then y'all can fight it out about who talks first, okay? All right, so first of all, the Emmy for Breaking News goes to 2016 flood coverage, KGAN-TV, Kevin Barry, reporter. For investigative report, single story, Justice for Antonio, KMSP-TV, Tom Lydon, reporter. And two more. Investigative series, there are 2 recipients. All right, so the first one is Double Billing the Badge, KARE-TV, AJ Legault, producer, and Invisible Wounds, Treatment and Reform, KARE-TV, AJ Legault, producer. Okay, come get these Emmys.
On the 3rd Avenue Bridge, like we were saying, all the downtown bridges are closed. The law enforcement officers who were guarding on that end were able to let us on for this live shot, though. You can see all those Linn County trucks. They're all filled with dirt. And just a few minutes ago, the Linn County workers are taking a break now. But if you see here, the Linn County workers have been putting these HESCO barriers in front of the Linn County Courthouse and to protect the jail as well.
In documents obtained by the Fox 9 investigators, the lead detective, Rob Boker, says he was told to, quote, spin the accident off as a tragedy and not a malicious incident to get the person responsible to come in faster.
Based on the findings that you've uncovered here, we've paid for items as add-ons that were or should have been included in the base price of a car.
Double billed.
Double billed.
Chief Snell is now checking
I don't see
every one of his squad
the heater plugs at all
to see if he got what he paid for. What we now know is veterans in big cities and small towns all across America were the victims of what the VA admits was an injustice.
I'm happy that we've identified this problem and we're attacking it, and I regret that it happened.
It's a huge honor to be standing up here tonight with some very talented photographers, Bill Middeke and Gary Knox, and Steve Eckert sitting over here, who we couldn't get to walk up here with us tonight. But the greatest honor is really knowing that because of aggressive local watchdog journalism, thousands of veterans across the country are finally getting the care and benefits they deserve. So thank you very much.
Our entry for breaking news in the moment of crisis in a mid-sized Iowa town wouldn't have been possible at all without 4 different photographers who followed us around over the course of 4 days while Cedar Rapids, Iowa got ready for a flood, dealt with a flood, and then dealt with the aftermath of it. And so we had 4 guys around the clock who were with us the entire time: Aaron Gerhardt, Matt Larson, Jason Meyer, and Dallas Houts. And so that was a key to be able to cover that story and to do it the right way. All of our work boots were all broken, and they all had metal hanging out of them because we were climbing over HESCO barriers. Clearly, though, worth the hardware. So thank you very much.
Slumberland's mission is to improve the lives of our customers. And one of our core business principles is to be good citizens, giving back to our communities whenever we can. We strive to help fulfill the promise of a good life to everyone in the communities we serve. The Making a Difference Award is the perfect embodiment of these 2 Slumberland values: improving lives and giving back. We know that sometimes it only takes one thing to make a difference. Just as one mattress can change a child's life, one powerful story can have a lasting impact on one or even many lives in a community. This award honors the measurable changing of one life through video storytelling. We're proud to sponsor the Making a Difference Award and to pay tribute to the journalists who share our belief in improving lives, one act at a time.
welcome the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter President Jody Ritaka from Carlini Entertainment.
Hi, everyone. Every membership and Emmy entry helps support the future of our industry. It's the excellence we're celebrating tonight, which attracts great partners to help raise money for high school and college scholarships for young people to study all forms of media. Slumberland supports our mission of excellence by funding 25 scholarships over the years and by honoring those in our industry who make our communities better. To help me present the Slumberland Making a Difference Award, Tom Hedrick, Marketing Director for Slumberland.
Thank you, Jody, and thank you to all the professionals in the Upper Midwest Emmy region. At Slumberland, we believe giving back to the community is not only a good idea, but an essential part of doing business. Citizenship and stewardship are two of our company's core values. That's why a portion of the money you spend at Slumberland is returned to your community through charitable giving. As a family-owned business, we're proud to support activities and organizations that strengthen families and provide assistance to children and families in need. Thank you.
As we all know, television has the unique ability to bring our communities together in powerful ways. We can reshape and make people aware of our growing problems that deeply affect us.
This is the 6th year that Slumberland has been a partner with the Making a Difference Award, which honors an individual or company which helped change a life or a community.
Malnourished, frail, and constantly craving the love she deserved, 12-year-old McKenna Henrens spent most of her young life caring for her 4 siblings.
In KSTP's original investigation, McKenna's father admits to neglecting his children. McKenna begged her caseworkers for help. Still, Child Protection kept sending her back to her father's care.
After KSTP's report revealed children in child protection who entitled lawyers aren't getting them, lawyers got involved.
McKenna's law passed unanimously, and the governor signed it into law. It is the only Minnesota law named after a living person.
Do you remember how you would feel when you'd find out you were going back to your dad's?
I'd be like, please no, because he abuses us. Why bring us back?
And you would tell the people who were moving you around, you would say that to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd still go back.
Mm-hmm. We would usually steal our food from the cupboards because he wouldn't feed us.
Unable to reach McKenna's father in person, we did speak over the phone. It sort of sounds to me like you are admitting to neglect, but you are denying and not admitting to any abuse.
I'm admitting that we needed help. My family needed help. And we didn't get the help we needed.
Did you know you had a right to an attorney?
Mm-mm.
Did you know the state is obligated to offer you an attorney if you're asking for your voice to be heard?
She didn't know that then. She knows it now.
If the well-being of the child is put first, how do we do that without hearing them?
I don't know how we do that without listening to the child. I don't know how we do that without asking. It's their life. It's the rest of their life.
Makes me angry when they won't even listen to me. And then it's sad that there's still kids going through all of that. I think that should have never happened. It's hard.
After the court appointed the kids' attorney, their well-being drastically improved. Custody was transferred to their paternal grandfather, Todd Timish, and his fiancée, Kathy Berland. And all 5 siblings now live here, in this little white house, behind this little white picket fence.
So I encourage each of you to talk to kids in foster care and what they really want. I believe that kids should be with their parents if they can, but a lot of the time it would be better that another home be found. Your friend, McKenna Ehrenholtz.
Please welcome Katherine Johnson from KSTP and McKenna Ehrenholtz.
Wow, thank you. First of all, we want to say thanks to the board for recognizing this story. These stories are the ones that are the most important to us as journalists. I think you all agree, when you can do a story that makes a difference or changes a life, that's what it's all about. So thanks to the board for recognizing the impact the story had and the change that it helped to make. Second, thanks to our station for the support and the vision to cover this issue and to realize it is an important issue. There's lots of kids that are being affected and something needs to change. And finally, I want to thank McKenna, because without her courage, her determination, and ultimately her voice, she is the real reason this law was created. It was her determination and perseverance that created this law, and we are just happy to be a part of it and to shed a light on this issue. Thank you.
Jared didn't need a prompter. He's behind the camera, but he's better at this than I am. I want to give you a little bit of a background on how we met McKenna. I've known her now for about a year. It was last October when an email from her grandmother, Kathy, who's also here, caught my eye. Her story was both heartbreaking, but her mission was inspiring. I had to know more. Sorry. I started asking around. Lawmakers clearly remembered this little girl from when she had testified the first time. They described remembering her feet dangling from the chair at the state office building as she looked up and asked, "Why didn't anyone listen to me and my siblings?" Together, we forced them to listen, and McKenna's Law was born this past session. Thanks to my husband, Josh Rosenthal, for finishing that coverage because I had broken my leg. It's the only law in Minnesota named after a living person, and I'm honored to know her. Because of McKenna, foster children will always have a say in their future. So to echo Jared, I want to thank the board for recognizing this kind of journalism. I want to thank my station, KSTP, Paul McEnroe, and Ann Wittenberg, for encouraging these kind of investigations and for giving us the time and the resources to tell these meaningful stories. And most of all, I too want to thank McKenna. We're all here to celebrate journalism tonight, but we wouldn't have good journalism if it weren't for people like McKenna, who are brave enough to speak up and make their voices heard. So, thank you, McKenna, for having the courage to make a difference.
I just want to thank, on behalf of my brother and sisters, Catherine and Jared. Both of you did such an awesome job presenting our story and expressing the truth of how we lived and how the system fails kids like us. I also want to thank the Upper Midwest Academy for this award. It means so much. Others to thank are Mary, Mike, and Dewey for your support to our family, Lilia Pantaleva from the Children's Law Advocacy, and most importantly, my grandma and grandpa for saving us.
Well, congratulations to Catherine, McKenna, and Jared. We're so proud of you. We work with them every day. We know the outstanding work that they do. By the way, I want to point out that Catherine is a graduate of Bemidji High School, and her parents are here, and they drove all the way from Bemidji tonight.
We are so proud to work with them. Congratulations.
Okay, on a more serious note, this is your last call for the silent auction bids. Bid generously. Don't be shopping for bargains. Look at all the cool items. There are hotel stays, event tickets, sports memorabilia. Heck, Hamilton in Chicago.
Have you been on that yet? You keep talking about it.
No, I haven't seen Hamilton yet, but I would love to go. Yeah, so much more.
Yeah, all the proceeds tonight from the auction go directly to scholarships for high school and college media students right here in our region. And last year, we raised almost $6,000, enough for 3 scholarships.
That's right. Once the auction closes, you'll be able to check out in the Skyway and then take that item home with you.
And if you don't get your item and you still want to help, well, you can still do that. There's an option. You can just donate directly to the scholarship every $5, $10, $20, $50. You can do more than that, of course. It all helps.
Okay, the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter covers roughly 310,000 miles, I'm guessing square miles, and parts of 5 different states.
And our next presenters cover each end of South Dakota. So please welcome Courtney Collin from KSFY-TV in Sioux Falls.
And Jamie Zepp from KEVN-TV in Rapid City.
Well, here's an interesting tidbit. It is quicker to drive here to the Twin Cities than it is to see my colleague Jamie in Rapid City.
She's thanking her lucky stars. Luckily, our speed limit is 80 miles per hour now, so I can shave a little time off of my 12-hour drive to the Emmys. Anyone drive farther than 12 hours? Anyone?
Nope.
Hey, at least I won something tonight.
There you go. The Upper Midwest region is lucky to have so many varied landscapes and activities from the outdoors to the arts.
Here are your nominees for those who tell us about our unique lifestyles, the arts, as well as those who inform and educate the public about our rich history and culture.
Lifestyle Feature Segment 1,000 Dresses, KMSP-TV. Chef Eric Harsey, Twin Cities PBS. DeRusha Eats, WCCO-TV. Machine Age Lamps, Twin Cities PBS. The Tater, Ron Scherer Productions. Program Special Series. Iowa Ingredient, Zucchini Episode, Iowa Public Television. Iowa Outdoors, number 702, Iowa Public Television. Minnesota Bound, Ron Scherer Productions. Arts Entertainment, Single Story, Beauty and the Beast, KFYR-TV. Caitlin, Flyover Films. Composer Libby Larson, Twin Cities PBS. Grandma Tink, WOI-TV. Greetings from Iowa, The Bobblehead Guy, Iowa Public Television. NYT vs. Comics, KFYR-TV. Photographer Lane Kennedy, Twin Cities PBS. Program, Chang Ki-Chi in Perspective, WDAZ-TV. Des Moines Metro Opera presents Manon, Iowa Public Television. Fire and Light, Pioneer Public Television. Man on the Moon, Pioneer Public Television. The Jason Show, KMSP-TV. The Lower Town Line, POS, Twin Cities PBS.
And we ask you again to please hold your applause until all the names are announced. And the Emmys go to... Your turn.
For Lifestyle Feature Segment, Machine Age Lamps, Twin Cities PBS, Amy Mellon, producer.
For Lifestyle Program, Iowa Ingredient Zucchini Episode, Iowa Public Television, Deborah Herbold, executive producer.
For Arts Entertainment Single Story, we have 2 recipients in this category. Beauty and the Beast, KTIV-TV, Boyd Hoopert, producer. And photographer Lane Kennedy, Twin Cities PBS, with Ryan Klabundi, producer.
And for program, Des Moines Metro Opera presents Manon, Iowa Public Television, Judy Blank, producer and editor. Congratulations.
I was probably the only corporate manager picking gunk out from underneath my fingernails at a Monday morning staff meeting. You know, I've always been a tinkerer. I've always drug home things that my wife called junk, and now that junk is here. You know, it's in all these lamps.
On this episode of Iowa Ingredient, we'll pop in for a visit at Patchwork Green Farms in Decorah, where zucchinis are a prized produce item. Then Chef Katie Meyer from Trumpet Blossom Cafe in Iowa City fills our recipe boxes with a couple of clever and delectable dishes using zucchini when she joins us in our studio kitchen. All that and more coming up next on Iowa Ingredient.
It was like, this is the landlord.
We got along right away.
Which is how Element Boxing Gym and the St. Paul Ballet became that close.
Could either of you ever have imagined?
No.
Nor could Dalton and Laura have imagined
Good morning.
this.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I like meeting people. I like seeing the planet. I like seeing the connection between the environment and people. And you're recording history. That's a lot on your plate, but that's a compelling reason to continue.
Qui frappe de la sorte. Vite, vite, cachez les gens, cachez la jambe. Qui frappe cette porte. Je tremble et je ne sais pourquoi. Ils sont de police. Gagne vite le toit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients.
Health, A Mother's Sacrifice, KSTP-TV. Bridget's Legacy, KARE-TV. Drug Diversion Without Penalty, KARE-TV. Mayo Clinic's First Face Transplant, The Patient and the Surgery, Mayo Clinic. Prescription to Addiction, KMSP-TV. Writing with Alzheimer's, The Des Moines Register. Science Environment. Celebrating their 100th year, The Wonder of Voyageurs National Park, KARE-TV. Environmental Poet, Moab Soliman, Twin Cities PBS. Loons, KARE-TV. Persistence Paying Off, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Personal Pig, KSTP-TV. The Problem with Urban Geese, WHO-TV. Informational, Instructional, Eyes Up, Taking the Fight to the Phone, KARE-TV. Luther House of Study, The Second Commandment, Mud Mile Communications. Made for the Outdoors CCS, Ron Scherer Productions. Made for the Outdoors Prime Bows, Ron Scherer Productions. Made for the Outdoors Stormy Cromer, Ron Scherer Productions. Interstitial, On the Job, Edina-TV. Postcards, Train Car Mural, Pioneer Public Television. Public Art Profiles, Edina-TV. Retired Colonel Marty Mart, TP Productions.
The Emmys go to...
For Health, Mayo Clinic's First Face Transplant, The Patient and the Surgery, Mayo Clinic, Dennis Downa, the writer.
For Science Environment, Personal Pig, KSTP-TV, Chris Eggert, reporter, producer.
For Informational, Instructional, Made for the Outdoors, Stormy Cromer, Ron Scherer Productions. Lindsay Hayes is the reporter, writer, and producer.
And in the category of interstitial, we have 2 recipients. Public Art Profiles, Edina-TV, Scott Denfeld, producer, and retired Colonel Marty Mari, TP Productions, Tommy Platek, producer.
Recombinetics researchers like Adrian Watson believe that their gene editing methods with these pigs are a quicker and less expensive way to allow them to develop drugs and medical devices to treat chronic diseases like cancer, cardiovascular disease, and Alzheimer's.
And hopefully help develop therapeutics and eventually cures for diseases, rare diseases like this is amazing.
As you can see in this wall behind us, we have many, many different hats, different colors, shapes, variations. But today we're going to focus on this one, which is our red, black plaid that people really associate with us. So we're going to see all the steps, how we go from a roll of fabric to this finished hat.
When I was first in college, I did some really weird egg art. I did some performance art with eggs and some design work with eggs. So I don't know why eggs, I don't have any idea. But when my son was 2, he asked, "Mommy, will you make me a Humpty Dumpty?"
There's another airplane being shot down, and I said to myself, if I have to fly 100 or 96 more missions like this, I'm going to really need help. So I did. I had help. It's a miracle, and I really still think it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients.
Hi, I'm very proud.
Historic, cultural, nostalgic. Single story. Esther's Dream. Care
Thank
TV.
you.
Jack Trice, Death and Mystery on the Gridiron. KMSP-TV. Rita Mustafi and Catholic Dance. Twin Cities PBS. The Historic Haunted Hotel. Ron Shera Productions. The Resilient Story of Bonnie St. John. Fox Sports North. Program. Hell to Heartland. KSTP-TV. Marching Saints Pearl Harbor, Pioneer Public Television, Our Hidden History, WOI-TV. Interview discussion, a conversation with Bill Moyers, Twin Cities PBS. Humanizing Healthcare, Twin Cities PBS. Magazine, Due North Outdoors, Ron Shera Productions. Galen Lee, Not Afraid to Be, WDAZ-TV. Greetings from Iowa, Season 1, Iowa Public Television. Midco Sports Magazine, Crafty, Midco Sports Network. Minnesota Original, photographer Eric Mueller, poet and activist Andrea Jenkins, and hip-hop artist Prof, Twin Cities PBS.
And the Emmys go to?
For historic, cultural, nostalgic single story, Esther's Dream, Care TV, Boyd Hubert, producer.
For program, Marching Saints, Pearl Harbor, Pioneer Public Television, Dana Conroy is the executive producer.
For interview discussion, a conversation with Bill Moyers, Twin Cities PBS, Adam Geiger, producer.
For magazine, Minnesota Original, photographer Eric Mueller, Twin Cities PBS, Ashley versus Rowe, executive producer.
My life suggests that I didn't have an education.
Which is why
That's good. I like that.
this day
I'm so excited.
means so much.
Welcome to Wayzata High School.
Just hit me.
It's more than just a piece of paper to her.
Ms. Ledman suggested the honorary diploma to her principal, Scott Gangler.
No, I didn't hesitate in the least bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients.
All right, well, you could say our next nominees are the watchdogs looking out for our consumers and issues in our communities.
Here now are the nominees for Outstanding Business, Consumer, and Public Current Community Affairs Programming.
Business Consumer Single Story. Barkery for Treats, KMSP-TV. Escape Rooms, WDIO-TV. 40 Years with the Sauce Man, KMEG-TV. Harry's Haircuts and Hot Towels, KDLT-TV. Missing Memories and Broken Vows, Care TV. Skimmer Patrol, KXLT-TV. The Sharing Revolution, WHO-TV. Tracking the Gas Tax, KWWL-TV. Who's Profiting from Prescription Overcharges, Care TV. Program, Working Dogs, Innovations in Healthcare, Twin Cities PBS. Public Current Community Affairs Single Story. Beyond Hunger, KSTP-TV. Born Addicted, Care TV. Hiding in Plain Sight, WHO-TV. I Am ANFA, KSTP-TV. Inattentional Blindness, KMSP-TV. Off 90, 300M for Freedom. KSMQ-TV. Room 327, Storyteller Media and Communications. Program: Beyond the Badge, April 2017, Edina TV. Life Decisions, The Power of Death and Directives, KFYR-TV. Minnesota's Missing, KSTP-TV. State of Addiction, KCCI-TV. Teen to Terrorist, KSTP-TV.
And the winners are Business Consumer, Single Story. We have 2 recipients. Barkery for Treats, KMSP-TV. And Justin McCrae, news photojournalist. And Who's Profiting from Prescription Overcharges? KFYR-TV, Jay Olstad, reporter.
And in programming, Working Dogs, Innovations in Healthcare, Twin Cities PBS, Mary LaHammer.
PCCA Single Story, Beyond Hunger, KSTP-TV, Farah Fazal, producer reporter.
And PPCA program Teen to Terrorist, KSTP-TV, Farah Fazal, investigative reporter. Congratulations.
But this is no cookie-cutter operation. All of the employees have disabilities.
It's about making some money so I can get rid of so I can get out my parents' place and get my own place.
If people really knew what was going on, there'd be an uproar.
Tim Gallagher saw the insurance overcharges firsthand when he worked as a pharmacist. Now, he's with a company that advocates for independent pharmacies.
Patients were actually paying more than they could otherwise have paid if they were paying cash.
And there's evidence it's happening all across the country.
We'll show you some of the innovative work dogs are doing for a variety of health conditions. Good boy. Did she save your life?
Oh, she saves it every day.
From a mental health service dog.
Come on up, come on.
To dozens of therapy dogs working inside the world-famous Mayo Clinic.
There's something magical about dogs. Good boy.
I would go to school and you would hear remarks like, oh, this Somali kid, or this Somali kid that, or this Somali that, and I would take it to offense.
He says the discrimination alienated him. He felt misunderstood. But he heard coffee house conversations and political talk around town about a group of people he believed were freedom fighters.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank my dogs, who you just saw up there. They were actually the inspiration for the show. They're my working dogs, and they help me fight multiple sclerosis, a disease I have that is incurable but very manageable, and we have sought to inform, educate, and inspire our viewers and show them and give them hope. And I want to thank my husband for being such a support through all of this, Twin Cities PBS for supporting a passion project and my whole health struggle, Mayo Clinic, who's here, they're responsible for my care and opening up their doors and letting us in to see how they are using dogs in a lot of innovative ways, and my editor, Jerry Laxo, and photographer, Scott Trotman. Thank you all.
"9 days ago, at about 9:28, on a Thursday night, a little girl named Anfa, refugee from Africa, came to the Heartland. She made it from Hell to the Heartland. She was one of the stories that we did in Hell to the Heartland, and it was a consequential story for us at KSTP-TV, and I think for so many people whose voices never feel heard. Teen to Terrorist was essentially 5 stories of a kid who turned out to be a terrorist. These were 2 series that KSTP-TV, my boss, Ann Wittenborg, Paul McEnroe, Rob Hubbard, gave us the time and the ability to do. And I think on a night that we celebrate journalism and we celebrate storytelling, this is validation that our work matters, that it makes a difference. So thank you.
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior. Second of all, I want to thank my #1 supporter, and that's my wife. Can't do it without you. I want to thank Maury Glover. We actually got a second chance to do this story. The first time we tried to do it, we had to go on breaking news on a plane crash. And so I want to thank him. He's a great part. I love working with him at Fox 9. I also want to say I love that great team that I work at Fox 9, baby. Keep on bringing so much more.
I was contacted by our band director, Pam Dean, and said that we had the opportunity to apply to perform as part of the 75th anniversary of the bombing and the attack on Pearl Harbor. So she and I discussed, and in the end said, yeah, let's throw our hat in the ring and see what happens. And lo and behold, we were selected.
And then the wheels just started spinning on to how to create a marching band show to honor and represent and educate the students on what they're about to do. And that's where the show came about for Heroes.
Here we go. 1, 2, roll and move, go!
So I thought the World War II concept, and so then I did a lot of research on World War II and what was the music of that time and what was the impact of music on that era. Then I designed the show around the music that I picked, and I kept coming back to these 2 photographs that were iconic to the World War II era. And so then I wanted to figure out how could I incorporate these, you know, recreations of these iconic photos, and then it just sort of all fell into place.
We were about halfway through the performance, looking up at this big ship in front of me, and then I looked down a little bit and I saw the tent of survivors from Pearl Harbor. I just remembered I had to stop playing for a second and kind of take it all in that 75 years ago, like, they were here and they experienced.
The impact that this has had on our students, those young men and women who went over to be part of this anniversary. I think it was an opportunity to connect to an event 75 years ago that was so much bigger than our school, our communities, our state, our nation. You know, this was a world event. You know, it was a world war.
Very nice. All right, it is time to show some love for professionals who are just to the west of us in the state of North Dakota.
So please join us in welcoming Matt Henson from WDAZ-TV in Grand Forks and Bo Evans from KFYR-TV in Bismarck.
All right, I'm Matt, this is Bo.
How's it going?
All right, well, each day we tell people stories, and it has its ups and downs because it could be someone's best day or their absolute worst day, and we still have to share their story.
Yeah, Matt, you look a lot better when you're not 6 inches deep in the mud, standing next to me covering the Dakota Access Pipeline protest, but
it's a lot warmer in here, too.
Yeah, I know, right? Here are the nominees for those of you who cover politics, crime, special events, and daily assignments.
Politics, government, single story. Get Me a Lawyer, KSTP-TV. Iowa's Ties to China, WOI-TV. Make Hillary Pay Me Back, CARE-TV. Trooper Shortage, KCCI-TV. Program, Almanac at the Capitol, Twin Cities, PBS. At issue, July 24, 2016, KSTP-TV. Breaking the News Political Special, CARE-TV. Our Issues, Fate of America's Immigrants, WCCO-TV. RVPD Behind the Badge, CTV North Suburbs. Crime, Bad Locksmith, CARE-TV. Beyond the Badge, Patamia Child Sex Abuse Segment, Edina-TV. Connection or Coincidence, KMSP-TV. Jasmine's Story, KMSP-TV. Mentor and Monster, KMSP-TV. Romance Scam, CARE-TV.
All right,
Do you want to open it? Or
let's do it. Yeah, I definitely want to open this.
Effort. Usually we're working against each other. And the Emmy for Politics and Government, single story, goes to
Jared Bergerson, photographer and editor, KSTP-TV, Get Me a Lawyer.
for Politics and Government program, Almanac at the Capitol. Twin Cities PBS, Carrie Kennedy, series producer.
Connection or Coincidence, KMSP-TV, Jeff Ballion, investigative reporter, producer.
Do you remember how you would feel when you'd find out you were going back to your dad's?
I'd be like, please no, because he abuses us. Why bring us back?
And you would tell the people who were moving you around, you would say that to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd still go back.
Mm-hmm.
Real ID is the issue gripping the state capitol. We'll take a look at the politics, policy, and history of Minnesota being such a strong privacy state.
Real ID is about much more than just getting on an airplane. It's a textbook lesson in state and federal politics. We'll illustrate the sticking points straight ahead on Almanac at the Capitol.
The Fox 9 investigators recently learned of another crime, one with haunting similarities to the Raker case.
He'd never shown any remorse, ever.
This man was an accomplice to a vicious attack on another St. Cloud girl. It happened almost 2 years to the day after Mary and Sue Raker's bodies were found.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients for politics, crime. Yeah, good stuff.
Special event coverage other than news or sports. Beyond the Badge, National Police Week in Washington, D.C., Edina TV. Christmas at Concordia, Gather Us In, O Child of Peace, Twin Cities PBS. Continuing coverage, Chautauqua Tornado Team coverage, KMSP-TV. Dakota Access Pipeline Protest, WDAY-TV. Dakota Access Pipeline Protests, KFYR-TV. Horse Giveaway, Kello-TV. Invisible Danger, KMSP-TV. Jacob Wetterling, KARE-TV. Officers Ambushed, KCCI-TV. Remembering Colt Allery, KMOT-TV. The Dakota Access Pipeline, KSTP-TV. The Insane Benefit, KARE-TV.
I'm nervous.
All right, this is a little awkward because Bo and I actually met at the Dakota Access Pipeline, and we're both listed on this nomination.
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
All right, and the winners go to... Special event coverage other than news or sports, Christmas at Concordia, Gather Us and O Child of Peace.
Continuing coverage, 3 recipients, Invisible Danger, KMSP-TV, Tom Lydon reporters, Jacob Wetterling, KARE-TV, and the Insane Benefit, KARE-TV.
Patty Wetterling tells us that her missing son's body has been found. She also told our Caroline Lowe that their hearts are broken and that she is not responding to media yet because she has no words. There are reports this morning that federal investigators were led to remains within the last few days. State and federal authorities had named Danny Heinrich a person of interest in Jacob's disappearance.
Is admitted sex offenders like Eugene Finch having serious predatory crimes against children masked by Minnesota's legal system?
I don't think they should be, and I was shocked to see the report, and I'm working with legislators who share that concern.
Once primordial, with homes made of wood, glass, and metal, fires are now loaded with plastics, electronics, and flame-retardant furniture. A toxic soup of known carcinogens, leaving behind a thick black soot that sticks to firefighters like tar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Emmy recipients for special events and continuing coverage.
General assignment report within 24 hours. A Day for Dad, KARE-TV. Full Court Snip, KARE-TV. I'm Glad to See It Gone, KARE-TV. Litchfield Tornado, KARE-TV. The Mysterious Meow, KMSP-TV. No Time Limit. Anyone's Son, WDIO-TV. Care Concerns, WCCO-TV. Emmett and Erling's Goodbye, KFYR-TV. Firefighter in the Fight of His Life, KMSP-TV. Food with Love, KMSP-TV. Murder on the Dark Web, KMSP-TV. Pipeline Protests, KFYR-TV. Saved on the Steps, KFYR-TV. The Ace of Hearts, WDIO-TV. The Shooting of Philando Castile, KFYR-TV. Vanity Awards, KFYR-TV. Talent, Reporter, General Assignment, A.J. Legault Reports, KFYR-TV. Boyd Hupert, KFYR-TV. Corey Heppola, KFYR-TV. Jennifer Merrily, WCCO-TV. Lou Newsman, KFYR-TV. Tom Lydon, KMSP-TV. Video journalist within 24 hours. Daily deadlines, KFYR-TV. Daylight Saving Bell, KCCI-TV. MM Jane, KFYR-TV. Steve Betchkal Composite, CVC-TV. No Time Limit, Dennis Rafferty Composite, NDC4. Elias Johnson Composite, WOI-TV. Mr. Warren, KFYR-TV. Stillwater Coach Keeps Going the Distance, KFYR-TV. The Fight Against Extremism, Star Tribune.
All right, we're going to get rid of a lot of hardware here. It's like 30
Please
categories.
hold your applause.
So we got 2 here.
2.
You do A, I'll do A, you do B.
Dose.
All right, general assignment within 24 hours. Full court snip, KSTP-TV, Chris Harapsky, reporter. General assignment, no time limit. We actually have 5 recipients here. Emmett and Erling's Goodbye, KSTP-TV, Boyd Hupert. Food with Love, KMSP-TV, Justin McCrae, producer. Pipeline Protests, KSTP-TV, Jay Olstad, reporter. The Ace of Hearts, WDIO-TV, Bailey Warfield, reporter. And last but not least, Vanity Awards, KSTP-TV, A.J. Legault, producer.
All right. Talent, reporter, Boyd Hupert, KSTP-TV. Video journalist within 24 hours. Daily deadlines, KSTP-TV, Dylan Wollenhaus, multimedia journalist. VJ, no time limit, 2 recipients. Elias Johnson Composite, WOI-TV, and the Fight Against Extremism, the Star Tribune, Renee Jones Schneider, producer.
We have an increase in volume. You know, it seems that a lot of guys, number one, are kind of getting ready for the summer, so they want to get it done, so they're ready for that. And then also at this time of year, with the Final Four and the Masters, it seems like an opportune time to be able to say you're laid up for a day or two.
Like the tourney, having a lower seed is a good thing.
Survive.
I can have some beers, right?
Oh yeah, put a cold beer between your legs, yeah, perfect, you know. Okay.
But the nearby Standing Rock Sioux Reservation,
it's very stressful,
and its supporters have been trying to stop it, saying the pipeline could spell environmental disaster crossing under the Missouri River and others that connect to it.
We all know when the pipeline breaks, not if, but when it's going to destroy the water.
With no judging criteria, for which no customers voted, and the websites usually disappear quickly. Case in point, the Best of Hastings website sent to Jeff at Rio Grande Boarding. Watch what happens when Dan tries to pull it up.
Website's gone, says the resource cannot be found. These awards, especially in a case like this, are nebulous and likely worthless.
The difference between this and like Jacob Wetterling is they knew what happened in Jacob Wetterling. They knew he was abducted.
With Jacob, there were witnesses, tire tracks. With Leanna, nothing.
A burglar, you have fingerprints and handprints and shoe prints. There's none of that at this time. There's no actual crime scene.
Litchfield's tornado left damage across several blocks. Stiff winds and upper lips.
What else can you do? I already cried, so.
Amanda Marquardt made it to the basement.
This was no place to be by the looks of those clouds.
While Audrey Shaneberg fled to a nearby cafe as the tornado flipped and ripped open her home.
I'm numb. I don't know really what I do feel right now.
For most who call the tiny town of Echo, Minnesota home,
The week comes to an end here at the corner of Highway 67 and County Road 18.
Seeking God's leadership,
Rock Valley Church is also
we will go forward.
a place of new beginnings.
Questions, questions, questions.
A full house for Pastor Dan Bauman is always a good sight, but for the reasons this Sunday, there are mixed emotions for a congregation trying to come to grips with the reason they're here.
Trice's legacy centers around the second game of his college career, a contest that took the Cyclones north against the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
As best as we can tell, Jack Trice was staying at a different hotel from his team. At about dinner time, they had a team meal at the hotel. One of the players came in late, and he sits down and he notices something's not right. And then he says, "Where's Jack?" Well, he learned that the hotel would not allow Jack in the dining room.
We can't stop the conversations. If we shut down the conversations, then those conversations will turn into whispers. And when they start to have whispering conversations in street corners or in private dwellings, the problem is going to go underground. It's not going to go away. But by having these conversations in the open, we can move a person from a negative space to a positive space. Conversations are key to de-radicalization and to prevent.
Nice job. Congratulations, everybody.
Okay, we need to solve a little mystery here. Who wants to solve a mystery?
Thank you.
We've got a little problem. So there are two Emmys. They're not missing necessarily, but they're unaccounted for, shall we say. Chris Eggert's Emmy for KSTP-TV was taken but not signed out in the back.
Probably one of our people.
Yeah, it's probably KSTP's fault. If it's you, go sign out for that Emmy. And Tony Tortorici's Emmy from Fox Sports North was taken, as it rightfully should have been, but not signed out in the back. So if you have it, go to the back and sign it out, and all will be good.
They were very concerned. They want to make sure they know where all the Emmys are. So if you have it, please, or if you know who took it, let them know.
You won't be prosecuted.
No. Right. Well, I'm not sure. All right, we want to move on to our next nominees who hardly need an introduction.
Yeah, they are the talent bringing you the news, weather, and sports programming to inform, entertain, and of course, enrich people's lives.
Talent, Anchor, News. Adrian Broaddus, KARE-TV. Corey Hepela, KARE-TV. Jason DeRusha, WCCO-TV. Elizabeth Kling, KCCI-TV. Julie Nelson, KARE-TV. Timothy Blotz, KMSP-TV. Weather. Chad Sandwell, KMEG-TV. Brandon Spinner, KDLT-TV. Kevin Lawrence, KFYR-TV. Ron DeMars, KTIV-TV. Sports, Bob Bradovich, WQOW-TV. Dr. Seuss 2017, KEVN-TV. Jamie Zepp, Sports Director. Joe Schmidt, KSTP-TV. Keith Murphy, WHO-TV. Tom Hanneman, Fox Sports North. Commentator, editorialist, performer, narrator. Croman Unleashed, KARE-TV. Vikings Beyond the Gridiron, Minnesota Vikings LLC, Rick Riley narrator. What's Bugging Andy, WHO-TV. Program host, moderator, Keith Murphy, WHO-TV. Lindsay Hayes, Ron Shera Productions. Mary LaHammer, Twin Cities PBS. Shirks Atacoke and Adventure, Ron Shera Productions.
And the winners are?
The Emmys go to Anchor News, Timothy Blotz, KMSP-TV.
Anchor Weather, Kevin Lawrence, KFYR-TV.
Sports, Joe Schmidt, KSTP.
All right. Commentator, editorialist, performer, narrator, Croman Unleashed, KARE-TV, John Croman reporter.
Program host, moderator, Lindsay Hayes, Ron Shera Productions.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We got a big night. These protests in just the last hour have been getting stronger and stronger after 3 days of major demonstrations following the death of Philandro Castillo. So let's get right to it.
Low pressure still moving through northern Minnesota. The tight pressure gradient, lines of equal pressure, still packed together kind of close. And that's why we've got these strong surface winds, these gradient winds here, which will continue into the night, but it does relax a little bit by tomorrow morning, but still a blustery night, not as windy as last night, but still winds about 35 miles per hour over central and eastern North Dakota.
And call tonight's sports Toy Story, because we're going to feature toys from our Stuff the Sleigh campaign. We're going to start with Vikings football. Now, for the Vikes to make the playoff, they will need perfection the rest of the way. They will have to connect 4 wins together.
First 3 bills of the special session, more than 900 pages total.
And half the group is philosophically opposed to the other half. It becomes a horse race. Lawmakers against the clock. Lawmakers against the clock. Around the bend, lawmakers ahead by stride. Final stretch. The clock closes the gap. The clock wins by a nose. The clock wins. Lawmakers lose. Lawmakers are losers. Don't pay them. Angry TV guy doesn't like that narrative.
It's now time for our desert adventure. We're headed from these beautiful painted rocks at Fort Irwin to the Nevada state line and back.
Shy group there, I guess, no speeches.
I've gone through some rough times, and you know, I made the wrong choices. I remember just cocking one in the chamber and looking down the barrel of the gun, and I just said, "Oh, and pulled the trigger."
Ten years after that fateful act, however, Andy was given a rare opportunity. Only a few dozen face transplants have ever been attempted, and perhaps none as intricately challenging as this one, which involved virtually every tissue below Andy's eyes.
The entire lower face, including the nose, the jawbones, the zygoma bodies, the skin all the way in front of the ear, down to the chin, and the teeth.
Ultimately, the face transplant alone would require a surgical marathon of 56 hours to complete.
Okay, just here, you take the mirror.
After 3 weeks of healing, Andy was given his first glimpse in a mirror.
Oh.
Still recovering and not yet able to speak clearly, Andy scribbles his first impressions on a notepad.
Far exceeded my expectations. You don't know how happy that makes us feel.
And I was absolutely blown away by the results.
As for Andy, he says there is no doubt his long road to recovery was definitely worth it.
Getting back out into the world and doing the things I missed out on. I missed out on 10 years of my life. I'm really excited.
What a beautiful story. The Upper Midwest Emmy chapter would like to express its support to our troops, both here at home and overseas, and our veterans.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a member of our Board of Governors and a former paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division, Edina TV's Scott Denfeld, and the soon-to-be retired Director of Communications for the Minnesota National Guard, my friend, Colonel Kevin Olson.
Each year, the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter is proud to present regional Emmys to those who cover stories and create military programs about our United States military.
And on behalf of the Minnesota National Guard,
We want to thank you all. Your commitment to tell the stories of our service members, our veterans, and their families is sincerely appreciated.
And now, here are your nominees for Outstanding Military Programming.
Military, A Reflection of Hope, WHO-TV, A Soldier's Journey, SWCTC, Charlie Foxtrot, KFYR-TV, Denials, Disconnects, and Reform, KFYR-TV, Playing His Dues, KFYR-TV, Staff Sergeant Gerald Jacobson, KMSP-TV.
And the Emmys goes to Staff Sergeant Gerald Jacobson, KMSP-TV, Jeff Ballion.
Since 1944, Kate has tried over and over again to get answers. Eventually, she remarried, never had children, and when her second husband passed away, she continued her search for Jerry. In 2008, she sent some of Jerry's letters to the White House, hoping that would inspire the government to find him.
I sent them to the president, and he must have read them because he sends me a Christmas card every year.
President? I tell you, this is one of those rare stories in a career. Staff Sergeant Gerald Jacobson served in World War II and disappeared in July of 1946. And he left behind a widow who's still alive today. She's 94 years old, and a bunch of other family members who never ever knew what came of him. And this story, a military researcher came to us with information that said, we think we might know where he is. And we kept covering the story. We alerted the family to what was going on. And this past July, almost a year after we aired that story, Staff Sergeant Gerald Jacobson came home. And it was a great honor to tell his story, his family's story. And I really want to thank my colleagues at Fox 9 and the great teamwork that went into this story. It's a great place to work. We have great photographers, producers, editors, and I share this on their behalf. Thank you very much.
And Colonel, please don't leave the stage yet. You don't know about this, but ladies and gentlemen, the Upper Midwest chapter wants to thank Colonel Olson for more than a decade of support to our chapter. So on behalf of all the professionals in the room, and we want to thank you for your service and your dedication to helping all of us tell stories of the military, whether deployed, overseas, or here at home. So on behalf of the Board of Governors, we wish to present you with this plaque and make you an honorary lifetime member of the Upper Midwest chapter.
I'll echo just what I said right there in my initial remarks, and that is, it is the broadcasters here that share the stories of our service members, our families, and our veterans. Those of us that serve in uniform can't thank you enough. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Please welcome back to the stage the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter President Jody Ricotta and Vice President Mary LaHammer.
Well, there is one award tonight which holds the highest honor among our peers. It's the Governor's Emmy Award. It's the only regional Emmy Award voted on or approved by our Board of Governors.
Would members of the Board of Governors please stand? These folks volunteer their time to make sure this chapter's awards and ceremony are a success. Please stand so we can acknowledge you.
Not only do these professionals represent every state in our region, but virtually every broadcast market and media platform, from traditional broadcasters to cable, government, public access, and online providers. We recently held board elections, and we want to congratulate and welcome our new board members, Kevin King from KSFY-TV in Sioux Falls, and Kevin Jacobson from KBGAR-TV in Duluth. So let's give them all a hand. And we'd like to thank all of our governors that are here today, so thank you.
Cue the video. We'll just keep going. One of the most difficult subjects in our society is something we'll all experience, yet none of us wants to think about it, let alone talk about it.
Death is one of our American culture's most enduring taboo subjects, but the recipients of the 2017 Board of Governors Award for Community Partnerships have bravely opened the conversation in communities across Minnesota, and they want families to keep talking.
It's a new statewide initiative called The Convenings.
The Convenings is designed to wake up individuals, families, and entire communities to the need to set aside fears and misconceptions and talk about what matters now and at the end of our lives. This unique series of statewide events with broadcast journalist Kathy Wurzer uses music, humor,
because if you're ever going through something, you will never see a more can-do attitude and a more can't-do body than a wiener dog.
readings, and conversation.
Talk to your neighbors, unless you are Finnish or Norwegian, and then you're going to stare at your shoes, and I know that.
To inspire and support Minnesotans as they try to talk more openly about one of the most critical topics in life.
He did the best with what he had.
The Convenings is the evolution of work long done by the Twin Cities Medical Society through its Honoring Choices Minnesota initiative, and a nearly 5-year series of on-air conversations Kathy Wurzer did with the late Bruce Kramer on Minnesota Public Radio. The Convenings brought together healthcare, civic, and faith groups, but vital to its success have been the commercial and public media partnerships with KARE 11 and Twin Cities PBS. In-depth programming and rich, heartfelt storytelling was the hallmark of KARE's work.
Sometimes the surprises we encounter don't lead to laughter.
I was thinking of my mom.
Twin Cities PBS's relationships in cultural communities allowed for a broader exploration of end-of-life issues for those Minnesotans.
We haven't taught people how to die well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Hanley of Lowertown Media Initiatives, Sue Shetley of the Twin Cities Medical Society.
You know, we've heard a lot of terrific stories here tonight, and they affect a lot of people, but this story affects every single one of us. Preparing your families for a subject that none of us want to talk about is truly a difficult task. And this project, The Convenings, has been an attempt to bring together a whole wide variety of partners to explore that and to make it a reality for a lot of people. It is truly unusual. You saw TPT, our friend Leah Hale, who I hope is up here someplace. Ken Erdahl at our friends at KARE 11, who did just a spectacular job. But the support of the CEOs of the most powerful healthcare organizations in the region, Andrea Walsh and Mary Brainerd at Health Partners, Dr. Penny Wheeler at Allina Health, and Dr. Ken Holman at Centricare were just terrific. But then we have the people who led this activity. Kathy Wurzer, who you'll notice is not up here, she's actually hosting another gala in another part of downtown tonight. But she and her colleague Deb DeMeester, who is here with us, were just critical in putting this together. And then our wonderful friends at the Twin Cities Medical Society with their Honoring Choices project, and the absolutely wonderful Sue Shettle. So with that, we thank you very much for this award.
All right, we're ready to relax, wake up a little bit.
Yeah, it's time for kind of, I guess you could call this the 7th inning stretch as we get ready to present sports awards. So, you know, we're about there.
Well, we are, but you know what? I think we want
Let's
people to
get up.
Get up.
Come on. Yeah, it's a 7th inning
Relax.
stretch. Stretch
There you
those
go.
legs a little
Shake your
bit.
legs a little bit if you're up for it.
We're
I
not-
know. You don't have to, but it might be
Leah
nice.
and I actually one time really did sing the 7th inning stretch, Take Me Out to the Ball Game at the Metrodome.
We're not going to sing for
We're
you
not gonna
right
do
now.
that,
We're
yeah.
not going to make you do that, but a lot of times during our newscasts, we like to stand up. When Dave's doing weather, there you go. Makes you feel good, gets the blood flowing. Okay, thank you, everyone. We're going to give you a second to get ready as we're headed into the home stretch. We have some Wisconsin friends we'd like to bring into the party tonight.
Some friends to our
Right.
east. While we're up here, let's hear it for our Wisconsin folks from the Eau Claire market and La Crosse markets.
So please welcome our next presenters. We have Courtney Everett and Tyler Mickelson from WEAU.
Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight?
The Badgers are winning 31-17 right now, for anybody who's curious.
This is what I deal with early mornings. I'm sick of it. All right, well, you can sit back down. Some of you that stood for us, we appreciate the standing ovation. But since we're the last guest presenters of the evening, we have special permission to allow the people who get the awards from us to give speeches.
We had some great examples earlier of about 15 seconds. I think we're kind of sticking to that for the most part here.
So it's time now to honor the media teams and individuals who dedicate their technical skills off the field to cover the teams and athletes we watch on the field.
Here are your nominees for Outstanding Sports Coverage.
Sports News Story Series. A Powerful Perspective, KFYR-TV. Breaking the Rules, KFYR-TV. Fighting Back, KSTP-TV. Going the Distance, runner Dick Beardsley, KFYR-TV. Impact, Tyler Sash and CTE, KCCI-TV. The Proudest Rebel, WCCO-TV. The Rink, KFYR-TV. Program Story, Outside of News. Don't Look Back, The Galen Elmore Story. Gopher Digital Productions. Game 7, 1991, A Pitching Duel for the Ages. Fox Sports North. Kyle Satrom, Twins 1991 World Series Fan Story. Fox Sports North. Oliver Butch Mousseau, Midco Sports Magazine, Midco Sports Network. Overcoming Obstacles, The Lincoln Becker Story. Fox Sports North. Pocahontas Indians in El Ruffridge, 2017 Girls Basketball, Iowa Public Television. Program Series, Outside of News. Dream State, Acause Cinema. Midco Sports Magazine Life Lessons, Midco Sports Network. Minnesota Wild, Becoming Wild, Game Day with the Wild, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Sunday Insider, Fox Sports North. Tales of the Gridiron, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Vikings, Beyond the Gridiron, Minnesota Vikings LLC. One Time Special, Big Game Countdown, KFYR-TV. Brotherhood of Basketball, Mud Mile Communications. Hockey Day Minnesota 2017, Fox Sports North. Impact, KCCI-TV. Sports Event Game, Live Unedited, Program Special Series. Hockey Day Minnesota 2017, Fox Sports North. Minnesota Timberwolves Basketball, Fox Sports North. Minnesota Twins Baseball, Fox Sports North. Minnesota Wild Season Series, Fox Sports North. Talent, Play-by-Play, Analyst, Anthony LaPanta, Fox Sports North. BJ Shaban, Mediacom, MC22. Dave Benz, Fox Sports North. Jim Peterson, Fox Sports North.
All right, I got to admit it's hard being a Bears fan up in Minnesota, but the winners for the sports news story and series, we have two recipients. The first is Breaking the Rules, KFYR-TV, Boyd Huber, producer, and the Proudest Rebel, WCCO-TV, David McCoy, reporter, producer. And then program story outside of news, we have 2 awards. We have Don't Look Back, the Galen Elmore story, along with Gopher Digital Productions, Joss Blessing, shooter editor. And then in program series outside of news, we have 1 recipient that goes to Dream State, the Causeway Cinema, Tyler Eckris, director. Congratulations.
One more reminder, just to hold your applause if you can. Sports one-time special, Impact, KCCI-TV, Andy Garman anchor. Sports event game, live unedited. Hockey Day Minnesota 2017, Fox Sports North. Tony Tortici, executive producer. And talent play-by-play analyst, Jim Peterson, Fox Sports North.
Just wanted somebody to do something.
Gracie's somebody is about to arrive.
And her body just gave out on her.
The mystery runner, to Gracie at least, is wearing the colors of Mountain Lake. You're with me. I've got you, she told Gracie.
There's nothing better than that. So she was like my angel that day.
He is Danny Lilia, the Rebels' holder for extra points and field goals. Perhaps the least likely person in school to play football, who just might be the proudest Rebel of them all.
Nobody really thinks that you can play football while disabled, but here we are now.
Galen Elmore gets the sack, and Elmore has his first sack of his career, the true freshman from Somerset, Wisconsin.
I can truly say I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and for that, I'm forever grateful.
As the high school hockey season starts nearing the end, thoughts start turning to brackets. Eyes start looking towards seedings, and teams start looking to find their stride.
It looks really like there's been a lot of shrinkage. It's extremely small in the front.
Dr. McKee showed us the brain of an NFL player. We don't know whose brain it is or how he died. Dr. McKee purposefully doesn't find out until after she examines it. She doesn't know for sure yet, but she suspects this brain has CTE.
Middlestad gains the puck, but he's out at center ice by the time he does. Spins away from Manning, carries in. Middlestad scores!
When double teams come, and they will come against Karl Anthony Towns, it's about being an artist with the basketball, thinking like a point guard does, being a playmaker down there. What do I need to do? I'm reading the situation. How fast is the double team coming? Those are the things that Tibbs is trying to teach Kat right now.
Light Feature News Report. Adoption Day, KCCI-TV. Gem of the Week, WDAZ-TV. Gravestone, WDAY-TV. Spreading Kindness, WCCO-TV. The Ears Listening, KARE-TV. Vikings Superfan Obadiah, KARE-TV. Serious Feature News Report. A Courageous Life, WCCO-TV. Death Becomes Her, KARE-TV. Fighting Back, former NHL players' medical records intentionally concealed, KSTP-TV. Johanna Watkins is allergic to everything, KMSP-TV. Mona's Story, KARE-TV. 3 Angels, KARE-TV. William and Eric, KARE-TV. Writer, News, A Snowball's Chance, KMSP-TV. Eric Hansen's This Is Iowa, KCCI-TV. Jay Olstad Composite, KARE-TV. Legault and Eckert, Writing for Impact, KARE-TV. Land of 10,000 Stories, KARE-TV. News Producer, Cassandra Knutson Composite, KSTP-TV. Julia Manning Composite, KCCI-TV. Mike Verlo Composite, WCCO-TV. Rietta Butaro Mickelson Composite, KARE-TV. Sunrise Shenanigans, KARE-TV.
And the winners are, for Light Feature, Viking Superfan Obadiah, KARE-TV, Janice Shortall, reporter.
Serious Feature, William and Eric, Care, Boyd Hoopert.
Writer News, Land of 10,000 Stories, Care TV, Boyd Hoopert.
And news producer, Rietta Bataro Mickelson, Care TV.
Welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium. I'm Obadiah, and we're going to show Jenna the new stadium.
Wait. For those of you who forgot who this tour guide is, I'll cue up his hit on YouTube. Yep, this is the child who serenaded Teddy B into being his birthday bestie.
If we didn't take it over, then who would?
That question.
That's what we worked for, to
That question made only more poignant.
have the kids take over.
Because Barb and Mark had been down this road before.
He was 23, a senior at the U.
Doug was their other son who was supposed to take over the farm before a skid loader bucket crashed down on Doug in their yard.
So we lost both of the boys.
There's a chance we could get a foot of snow.
Or maybe not. That was this time yesterday, and now it looks like the metro may barely get hit.
So how do we go from a possible foot of snow to a few inches or possibly nothing at all? Bella's here with the newest numbers and a little bit of insight. Hi, Belle.
Well, hi, Randy and Julie. It's been a fun day in the weather office, let me tell you. Obviously,
I'll keep it short, but thank you to my...
The changing of the seasons.
Boyd is always in the back of my head while I'm doing a story, so... thank you to my lovely wife and her loving support as always, and it was a privilege to tell William and Eric's story and hope that their friendship continues. Thank you.
I'm fortunate to be able to put a few words down on, I was going to say paper, but that really dates me. Put a few words on a screen and have wonderful photographers like Rob Collett and Chad Nelson and Kevin Sullivan and Bill Middicky provide the pictures and really make the beautiful stories. So I accept this on behalf of them. Thank you.
Go producers.
I'm not Janice Shortle, but I'm accepting this award on her behalf for Obadiah, who's probably the smartest Vikings fan maybe in the state. Anyway, he's an example of why you should never judge a book by its cover. He is this unbelievable bright spot for so many, and she highlighted him, and he touched people in so many ways across the state. So this is for Janice Shortle and Obadiah.
The changing of the seasons. The circle of life.
He's been extra quiet, extra snuggly.
Plenty of metaphors exist for what Emmett Richner is experiencing.
He won't really bring it up.
But none that quell the hurt
What's this?
of losing a friend. The viral video relationship between World War II veteran Erling Kindom and his preschool next-door neighbor.
I love him.
Charmed a nation.
Did you find a worm?
Nope, it's a bug.
But a friendship that survived a move, then Erling's declining health, was destined to come to an end.
When we told him, after quite a long pause, he said, so we're just going to have to wait a really long time and then we'll see him again in heaven.
Emmett, you amaze me.
This conversation recorded just days ago by Emmett's parents on one of his final visits.
You're such a nice boy.
It felt like a goodbye.
Listen to your mother and dad, because they're going to give you the best advice they can. Remember that.
And he wasn't afraid to hold his hand, and he wasn't afraid to hug him. Erling was his friend, and he was with him.
The hours after Erling's passing brought thousands of social media condolences.
There's a lot of love out there, and between the two of them, they really made people think about it.
You're gonna miss his stories.
Tough lessons for one so young.
I told you he was fast.
I'm super fast.
But over 3 years, Emmett and Erling showed us something worse exists than losing a friend, missing an opportunity to make one.
I hope that one thing that Emmett will take from it is that you stick with the people you love until the very end. And I'm really proud of Emmett for doing that.
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Boyd Hupert, KARE 11 News,
Yeah.
Dakota County.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have so many talented people in this room. We also want to thank the people who helped make tonight's Regional Emmy Gala such a huge success.
Well, first of all, let's hear it for our sponsors, Slumberland, the crew, the crew here at Radisson Blewett Mall of America, and our wonderful student volunteers who've been bringing up the envelopes and handing out the trophies all night. Done a great job.
And our next category highlights the long-form documentaries and special event coverage. And here are your nominees.
Documentary Cultural. Hmong Pioneers Honoring the First Wave, St. Paul Neighborhood Network, SPNN. Living Free, Pioneer Public Television. Robert Bly, 1,000 Years of Joy, Fisheye Films. Somalia, A Nation of Poets, Twin Cities PBS. The Eagles of Decorah, Iowa Public Television. Two Spirits, KFYR-TV. Historical. Deadwood Pioneer, A Face from the Past, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Flowers of the Church, Minnesota's Stained Glass Heritage, Prairie Public Television. Gems of Itasca, the Bovie Edition, A+B Productions, LLC. Hygiene, Meet the Real Senator McCarthy, Rob Bob Productions. Interstate 94, A History and Its Impact, Twin Cities PBS. Sondarge, A Boxcar Story, Pioneer Public Television. The legendary St. Paul Winter Carnival, Twin Cities PBS. Topical. Brainstorm, Stacia Kolonowski Productions. Orphans of the Nile, WDAY-TV. Reclaiming Sacred Tobacco, Twin Cities PBS. Writer, Program, Non-News. Jerry Schemmel, Midco Sports Magazine, Midco Sports Network. Midco Sports Magazine, Oliver Butch Mousseau, Midco Sports Network. Orphans of the Nile, WDAY-TV. Shirk's 2016 Works, Ron Shera Productions.
And the winners are Documentary, Cultural, Robert Bly, 1,000 Years of Joy, Fisheye Films, Steve Fisher, Associate Producer.
Historical, we have two recipients here. A Boxcar Story, Pioneer Public Television, Dana Conroy, and the legendary St. Paul Winter Carnival, Twin Cities PBS, Ashley V. Rowe.
Topical, Reclaiming Sacred Tobacco, Twin Cities PBS, Leah Hale, producer, offline editor.
And for writer, program Non-News, Bill Shirk's 2016 Works, Ron Shera Productions.
So the boxcar sits at an angle in the room with one corner of the car itself sort of dividing our scene in two. So on one side we see a fairly demolished, bombed out European city with a crowd of Jews being guarded by the SS and herded onto a boxcar. On the other side we see Allied POWs. There's some English and American pilots.
The legendary St. Paul Winter Carnival is one of the oldest winter festivals in the country.
This was a crowning achievement. This was how St. Paul celebrated.
Carnival's traditions of gathering St. Paul's neighborhoods to participate in 10 days of winter sports and activities, building elaborate ice palaces, and crowning a fabled royal family have continued for generations.
Our tobacco is a part of a tree, and we use it for our pipes, we use it for offerings, for all the ceremonies, and that's our first medicine.
What's the point of adventure if you can't share it?
Come on.
Johnny Johnson fishes.
Ready to go fishing? Come on, let's go.
So does his dog.
The tater tot. Everybody loves the tater tot.
Well, tonight is, of course, a celebration of what we all do, but we also want to honor some of our professionals who are retiring this year.
And we also want to pay special tribute to those we've lost. Don't be confused by that last one.
Yeah, we would like to take a moment tonight to recognize one of our colleagues who's recovering from a recent boating accident.
Yes. KMSP-TV reporter Courtney Godfrey, as many of you may know, lost part of her leg. She was in a boating accident this summer. She is in good spirits. We want to wish her well in her therapy and her recovery, and let her know that her former co-workers at KWWL-TV in Duluth are sending their prayers as well.
Yeah, Courtney, we look forward to seeing you back out on the streets, covering the community that you so love very, very soon.
Yes.
Okay, it is time now to honor those who get up, their alarm goes off at those crazy hours of the night, and they get up to bring us the news in the morning. They're the ones I watch every day, the morning crews.
And here are the nominees for Outstanding Morning Newscast.
Newscast Morning, markets 121 and up. February Snowfall, KTIV-TV. Good Morning Northland, WDIO-TV. Hello Wisconsin, May 17, 2017, WEAU-TV. KBJR 6 News Today. KTTC News Center Today, 6:30 a.m., March 7, 2017. Markets 71 through 120. Today in Iowa, fall flooding, KWWL-TV. Markets 1 through 70. 5 Eyewitness News Morning. Protests follow Philando Castile's shooting, KSTP-TV. KCCI-8 News This Morning. Officers ambushed. WCCO-4 News This Morning.
And the Emmys go to Newscast Morning, markets 121 plus. February Snowfall, KTIV-TV, Kimberly Wu producer.
Markets 71 through 120. Today in Iowa, fall flooding, KWWL-TV, Michelle Corliss producer.
And markets 1 to 70, WCCO-4 News This Morning, Michael Verlo, producer.
This morning we have team coverage on the ongoing winter storm. KTIV's Michelle Schoening is with LiveLink 4 in South Sioux City now to give us a look at the winter conditions outside. And 2 of our meteorologists, TJ Springer and Jarrett Lansford, are here at the station, inside and outside, with the very latest on this weather situation. And let's start with you, TJ. How are things looking out there right now?
Man, it's still coming down out there, Al. Thank you. Yes, a wintry start to our Friday for sure.
Thanks for joining us this morning for this special edition of Today in Iowa. The sun was out for a little bit, but
it's not raining, though, thankfully.
No, it has ducked behind the clouds, but we are concerned about the potential for more rain. Let's go right to Storm Track 7 meteorologist Eileen Lone to tell us more about that. Good morning, Eileen.
Good morning. We could have some more rain across the area. However, all river forecasts do include the next 24 to 48 hours worth of rainfall.
Good morning. I'm Jason DeRusha.
And I'm Kim Johnson. Now, the shooting happened around 9 o'clock last night along Larpenteur Avenue in Falcon Heights. Since then, a large crowd gathered where it happened. We also spoke with Castile's family at Hennepin County Medical Center. We are working to answer questions raised in the video. The woman is heard saying her boyfriend had a weapon and a carry permit for it, but the video does not show the moments leading up to the shooting or the shooting itself.
We have team coverage this morning.
I'd like to thank Mother Nature for the floods. Thanks.
So snow is not fun, as most of you know by growing up in the Midwest or living in the Midwest. But I guess, thank you, snow, and weather, and winter. So thank you.
I just want to say a quick word. First time getting to come up and say something. Working the early morning shift, sometimes you feel a little underappreciated maybe, especially in the small market. So this is really awesome. Thanks a lot. And did you guys see that Iowa State game today, by the way? I have twins that go to Iowa State, so I have a vested interest.
Yeah, how about that snow? It's always a fun thing here in the Midwest, but I want to thank KTIV for obviously, giving us this awesome opportunity, and all my amazing coworkers and friends for continuing to support all of us here. So thank you so much, and have a great night. Thank you.
I am glad to accept this on behalf of the WCCO morning team. It was a rare morning that I joined them. Usually I'm on the 10 o'clock news, but they do incredible work every morning, and I'm so proud of them for this award. And Ashley, wherever you are, you should be up here too. Thank you.
All right, thank you, morning teams. We know some of the producers who work for the evening newscast are probably looking for results for 10 o'clock. I think we're a little late on the watch.
Yeah, we're a little late for 10 o'clock news at this point, but that's okay. Here are the nominees for Outstanding Evening Newscast.
Newscast Evening, markets 121 and up. Clarks Grove Tornado, KAAL-TV. Eyewitness News at 6, WDIO-TV. McNeelius Explosion, KAAL-TV. News 4 live at 5, KTIV-TV. WEAU 13 News at 5, WEAU-TV. Markets 71 through 120. Copper Lounge building collapse December 2nd, 2016, KDLT-TV. Dakota Access Pipeline protest and winter storms, WDAY-TV. Kelloland News at 10 p.m., December 2nd, 2016, Kello-TV. Kelloland News at 6 p.m., December 2nd, 2016, Kello-TV. Kelloland News at 5 p.m., December 2nd, 2016, Kello-TV. KSFY News at 10 o'clock, December 2nd, 2016, KSFY-TV. WDAZ 10 p.m., May 11th, 2017, WDAZ-TV. Markets 1 through 70. 5 Eyewitness News at 10, Answers in Jacob Wetterling case, KSTP-TV. Fox 9 News at 9, KMSP-TV. Fox 9's 10 at 10, KMSP-TV. KARE 11 News at 5 p.m. KCCI 8 News at 10, Officers ambushed. Police shooting of Philando Castile, KARE-TV.
All right, Newscast Evening, market 121 plus. We're taking you up to Duluth. Eyewitness News at 6, WDIO-TV, Bjorn Satterback, producer.
Market 71 to 120. Kelloland News at 10, December 2nd, Darcy Anderson.
And markets 1 through 70, Fox 9 News at 9, KMSP-TV, Seth Kaplan, executive producer.
Careful and slowing down on the roads is important. Back to you.
Very important, Taylor. Thank you for that. Now, the snow, of course, is getting most of the headlines, but the winds are just howling out there, too. And those conditions are kicking up powerful wave action on Lake Superior. Meteorologist Dan Romano is live in Canal Park and joins us now. This seems somewhat familiar, seeing you down there again, Dan.
Good evening. A wall of dust and the sounds of a building crashing to the ground have left many people in disbelief tonight.
Just before 10:30 this morning, the Copper Lounge building at the corner of 10th Street and Phillips Avenue, downtown Sioux Falls, collapsed.
Rescue crews quickly converged on the scene, but their high hopes of 2 rescues were eventually dashed.
Full of tears, sorrow, and heartache. After 27 years, we finally know what happened to Jacob Wetterling. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Passolt.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. It took nearly 3 decades, but answers about Jacob's fate finally came out in court. Danny Heinrich admitted to kidnapping.
Like so many stories this year, this one's for everyone that worked a 6th or 7th day, that worked 16 hours with volunteering to do it, and those producers that had their butts in a chair for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time during breaking news like that. Thank you very much.
I'm so humbled to be up here right now, and I would not be up here without the great team at WDIO. We throw all our resources at the storm, literally, and snow might not be fun. You get your car stuck in it a lot, but it's a lot of fun to produce, so.
On behalf of KLN News, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, it is time now for our final category of the evening.
It's happening. All right, hold your applause, please.
For that or for the recipient?
Maybe a little bit of both, but apparently it's not a problem. The category is special achievements.
Community Service, Addicted, Fargo's Opiate Crisis, WDAY-TV. CARE, Eyes Up Distracted Driving Campaign, KARE-TV. News Excellence, Fox 9 KMSP-TV. KARE 11, KCCI-8 News, WDIO-TV. Overall Excellence, KARE 11, Fox 9 KMSP-TV.
All right, here we go. Community Service, CARE, Eyes Up, Distracted Driving Campaign. Alicia Lewis.
For News Excellence, KARE 11, Jane Helmke, News Director.
And Overall Excellence, Fox 9, KMSP-TV, Sheila Oliver, General Manager.
Well, welcome, everybody. Now we have about half an hour to try to convince everyone in this gymnasium and everyone at the schools across the state, everyone watching at home, to try to set aside those cell phones and other distractions while behind the wheel.
Like many southern Minnesota communities, Jackson is a city shut off tonight. The main state road into town is closed, I-90 is closed, and travelers had no choice but to pull off and wait it out.
This is the most amazing team I've ever worked with.
We are constantly trying to stay ahead of the curve in terms of what people expect from Fox 9.
We are now a multi-platform news organization.
We want to find out every detail we possibly can and share it with you.
2017, we're just getting started.
So this is pretty exciting. The last time I was here, I was a volunteer in college, polishing these off and handing them out to people I admire the most, so this is pretty awesome. It didn't happen alone. I had some pretty amazing friends and colleagues at CARE, so thank you guys for joining us with the Eyes Up campaign. It's not done yet, we're just beginning, and shameless plug, take out your phones, text Eyes Up to 25543 and help make our roads safer. Thank you.
News Director Jane Helmke couldn't be here today, but she just wanted to express her gratitude for just this entire community of journalism and authentic storytelling. And she especially wanted to express her gratitude to the KARE 11 team for just the dedication and devotion and passion and hard work that this team puts forth every day. Thanks.
Hi, this is Brooke Dan. I'm the VP of Creative Services at Fox 9, and I am accepting this award on behalf of Sheila Oliver, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. But she wanted me to relay her sincere thanks for this award and really everything that the Emmys do and support. So thank you very much. I'm also accepting this award on behalf of all 168 employees of Fox 9 who really do make us get on air and be so much more. And I also want to thank each and every one of you, all of your loved ones that put up with us and what we have to go through. But also being able to relay the amazing stories and keep pushing all of us to being able to tell these stories and relaying this important information that the viewers get and need. It's most important now in this landscape. So thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing, and cheers. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks.
Congratulations to all of our Emmy winners tonight. Everybody, congrats.
That's right. We want to thank our sponsors as well, Slumberland and Radisson Blue at Mall of America, for helping us tonight with this great event.
Now, if you received a regional Emmy, maybe you got 2, 3, 5, 10, make sure you pick up your shiny gold box on your way out.
Remember, no statuettes left behind, or it'll cost $50 plus shipping to get the award to the recipient. Please have a station representative pick up and sign for the award in the lobby.
And hopefully that issue we discussed earlier resolved itself, the people who grabbed those other statues. For those of you who did not get an award tonight, but you're listed on the winning entry, there are some order forms. You can get duplicate awards. You'll find that in our program and on our website.
On behalf of NATAS Upper Midwest, thank you so much for coming to the 2017 Regional Emmy Gala tonight.
Hope y'all had fun. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.